Okay guys, listen, I know I have a predominantly domestic channel, you know, pretty much just a 6th gen Camaro channel at the moment. But the fact of the matter is that I don't want to see anybody getting taken advantage of, and I don't want to see anybody falsely advertising something, especially in a market as volatile as it is right now. The Lamborghini Gallardo, I did a video on now. Gallardo content, it just doesn't get the views that it used to. But the thing is still it's a very popular first supercar, and it's still a very popular supercar in general just because of its price point and cost of maintenance to own. And today's video is going to be all about the Valentino Balboni edition, the LP550-2. Now this is a super rare car, and I have seen so many people throwing this title out and about, and I'm gonna say this is not a Balboni, and I'm tired of stuff like this coming up on the internet. And with pretty much like all luxury goods right now, anything, the markup is just insane, and people are finding any way and every way to take advantage of somebody or make more money, you know, whether it be intentional or not intentional. But the one thing that you can do is arm yourself with knowledge. I guess the best place to start this would be get a backstory on what the Balboni edition Lamborghini Gallardo is in the first place. Valentino Balboni was, man, he is a legend, and he is the most famous Lamborghini test driver that there ever has been. His career was 1968 to 2008, and I guess Italy has a law where you can only work at a company for 40 years and then you're forced to retire. So his career stretched from 1968 to 2008, and he started as a mechanic for the first couple years. Then he moved along to test driving cars. Now you ask yourself what a test driver is for, and especially back in the day, they were brought within the company to, you know, make sure that the car provoked an emotion, or it kept a standard of sensation in which you would most commonly know the brand to be, or what it's most commonly known for. These people were super important, especially back in the day when there was lack of AI and all the data that they could keep as far as, you know, just track times and you know, just numbers, physical data numbers that they could keep on these cars. It was up to these test drivers to kind of give guidance as to what kind of tweaks they need to make to the car to kind of make it feel like that brand is known to have. The Lamborghini Gallardo came out in 2004 to 2008. He test drove it, and they made a 2-wheel drive version of this car, and he really liked it. He just thought it was lighter on his feet, it's more nimble in the corners, and it was his thing. I guess his preference was a manual 2-wheel drive, newer version of the 2nd gen Gallardo. Oh, in 2008, when he was forced to retire, he did sign a contract, which was like a 2-year extended contract, which brought this to be. Lamborghini actually produced 250 variants of this car, and that was it for the entire world. In 2008, they announced this as a retirement gift for Mr. Balboni, and that's how the car came to be. Now to break this down, I'll kind of break it into categories. That way we can kind of keep this organized somewhat, and I will start with the exterior. Now all cars, no matter what, are going to have a white stripe with a gold accent running along the side of it down the center of the entire vehicle. This is the only Gallardo that came with this variant. Now one of the myths that I've heard about this car is that these cars were only white. This is not true. They came in all colors, and any, especially paint to sample or whatever you wanted, this car was available in. But it did have the white and gold stripe running down the center of it, regardless of the color. The next part of the exterior was the wheels. It looks like to be the 1st gen Superleggera charcoal gray wheels. This was the only wheel available on the Balboni edition, and in my opinion, I think this might be the best wheel that came on the Gallardo in both generations of all variants. I love this wheel. Moving to the interior, this car was black and white. It did have black seats with white stripes running down them, and the one iconic thing about this car was it had a all white. It was a bright white leather center console. The whole thing was bright white. If you look from a top down like a bird's eye view, I believe it was to continue the stripe even through the windshield, which I think was a pretty cool detail to have. Another myth that I've heard is this car comes in a stick only. So I don't know how this came to be with, well, you know, I don't know how any of these rumors come to be, but I heard that this car was a all white car, manual transmission, and that's not true. It came in an e-gear and it came in a manual transmission. Either one you could get. As soon as you look inside, the first thing that you're gonna notice is the black seats, the black leather seats, leather everywhere, with black leather seats with the white stripe running down the seat as well, which I think was pretty cool. The specs of the car, you know, going from all-wheel drive to a two-wheel drive, the 0 to 60 time is gonna go up a little bit. It went up to a 3.9 0 to 60 time. I had 550 horsepower and the torque stayed the same at 398 foot-pounds of torque. Now the car, it actually did save weight. It saved weight, a lot of weight actually. The car shaved off 265 pounds from the LP 560-4. Now, you know, given this thing's not gonna have a front differential and a drive shaft or the, you know, the CV shafts that go out to drive the front wheels, I believe there was a few other details that was involved with that conversion method, but other than that, it's pretty good weight savings as far as the car goes. Now this brought the car down to 3,042 pounds, but I'm gonna say Lamborghini's been known to kind of fudge those numbers and produce a lighter number than actually what is what people have shown to come to be reality. Now I don't know if that's dry weight or wet weight. It could be either, I don't know, but it seems to be when people put Lamborghinis on the scales, they usually come out a little bit heavier than what they advertise. Seriously, arm yourself with knowledge. Look out for these rip-off scans. Call them out on it. Nobody needs to be paying a premium for a car that they are not getting. Pass this video along. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Hope you learned something. Give this thing a big thumbs up. Hope to see you guys in the next video. We'll catch you later. See ya.